how much tendency there is to grab onto resentment and hatred as though somehow that's helpful. I am never going to forgive you. I'm going to suffer for the rest of my life. Right? That's a hard one. As though if we actually let go of that pain, somehow that other person's life will get all better. We'll sprinkle fairy dust on them or something. I'm the one who's suffering when I don't forgive, not them. And, intellectually we can know this, but boy, that can be a hard thing to do. It can be a really hard thing to do. But when we recognize, and the point being made here is that when I forgive, I'm giving myself permission to heal. I'm giving myself permission to stop suffering. And then I'm more helpful. Doesn't condone what anyone does, but it allows a way to engage in the world in a more skillful, healthier, meaningful way. So in this way, you can see where our minds are so much the problem, not the person, not the event, not the thing. Unless they're hitting you with a baseball bat, in which case they're pretty much the problem. So these are things where your question is so important, is people mistake loving kindness and compassion for enabling and doormats and abuse. And there's absolutely nothing passive about loving kindness or compassion. Loving kindness is an incredible, strong desire to have people really be well. And there's no way for people to be well if they're acting in non-virtuous ways. So the whole focus of the idea here of Buddhism is that all suffering arises from non-virtue. All happiness from virtue. So if I love someone and I want them to be happy, I'm going to do my best to eliminate the non-virtue. Create conditions where hopefully they'll find a way to be more virtuous. And that might mean locking someone up for some years because they're not going to do as much harm maybe in the world. That can be an act of loving kindness. But it's not done with the mind that says they're evil, they need to be locked up. It's saying they're out of control and harming others, they need to be locked up. And I hope that they change. And sometimes they do, I know a couple people have been to prison. Pretty nice people these days. Some people. So the understanding then is if I start to understand how I do this to myself, I can start to recognize how others do it to themselves. And then I can start to recognize how much pain and suffering is inflicted in this world because people are just self-centered, focused, misconceiving causes of happiness and suffering and doing a lot of harm. And in the midst of all that, it's really important to see all the kindness. That underneath all that harm, the vast majority of human beings are trying to help others be okay. We can't miss that point. We're all in a prison, but in this prison, we're really trying to find a way to be okay. And that's why we got so many people volunteering and doing good things and taking care of neighbors and donating time and energy and resources and the love and the care that is all around us. It's important to see that too. And that gets blocked out when we start focusing on, that thing or that person. We don't see all the other people who are making a real positive difference.